Hi, this is Ron Parker with the president of BestHomeHealthcare.com, Joan Nelson, doing an interview to explain a little bit about their company and how it might benefit you as a home health care provider. Welcome, Joan, to the interview. I appreciate you taking the time to answer some questions about your company.
Thank you, Ron. I'm more than happy to do that.
The first question that our viewers might want to know is, who is Best Home Healthcare? What is it that you do? Could you explain just a little bit about that?
I'd be happy to. BestHomeHealthcare.com connects individuals and family members seeking care to professionals who provide that care, whether that's skilled nursing, housekeeping, remodeling, anything that an individual may be looking for in the care for a loved one.
That sounds good. So what you're saying is someone who's in need of care can get connected to someone who provides the care.
Yes.
How does that happen?
Well, we have a website, and providers would go on through a registration process and set up their own profiles. Now, that could be either an agency or an individual who provides care. And in their profile section, they put all their pertinent data, whether they're a licensed therapist, a nurse, a nursing assistant, a home care remodeler, a housekeeper, whatever their qualifications are. They go on to an individual profile section on the website and enter that data. It asks for things like educational background, whether they have criminal and ID background checks done, so that it provides some security to those family members looking for care, as well as what their availability is, whether they offer care 7 days a week, around the clock, whatever that may be. And then individually, it lists things that they're qualified to do. So if it's somebody who's just going to go in and do some housekeeping, grocery shopping, transportation services, it will list that. If it's someone who is capable of going in and providing some medical assistance or physical assistance, then that would be listed. If it's someone who's looking to build a wheelchair ramp onto their house, those kind of remodelers would be listed, and they would list their qualifications.
So if I'm understanding this correctly, if I'm someone who is seeking care at my home, which I understand there's some huge cost benefits for that,
Yes.
I would use your website. It would give me profiles of people in my own local market who are readily available to provide the assistance I need. So
Yes.
if I have some unique needs, whether they range from remodeling to more simplified things, to things that might even require someone with some medical training, that's all listed on each individual care provider's profile.
Correct.
Okay.
And an individual, in order to access that information, will go in and they will type the zip code that they're looking for care in and around. That will pull up then, it could be 2 providers, it could be 100 providers, but then they click onto the individual provider to see what kind of services they offer.
Okay. Well, this sounds very timely and needed. And I can certainly see how someone who is in need of care in their home would use the service. What kind of cost would that person who is seeking care pay to utilize your service?
It doesn't cost an individual looking for care anything. It's a free service to them. How we make our money is we bill the provider $100 or $99 a year to advertise on our site to get the word out about what they're qualified to do. But initially what we're doing is we're offering 6 months free to all providers so that they can get on the site, see that we can generate some leads for them, and then if they're satisfied with that, after 6 months we'll get in touch with them, and if they want to continue to use our site to get the word out about themselves, we will then invoice them for $99 a year.
Okay, so if I understood you correctly, there's no fee at all ever to people who need to use the service.
Correct.
But if you're a care provider wanting clients, you do charge them $99 a year, but it's free for the first 6 months while you prove that you have the ability to bring potential clients their way.
Correct.
Oh, that's great. Okay, I'm someone who is either seeking someone to come into my home or the home of my loved one. On your site, I'm looking for potential caregivers in my area, and I see someone that I would like to contact. How do I go about actually contacting them?
The provider will either list, and maybe do both, either a phone number they can be contacted at, or their individual email address.
Okay.
So you can contact them, either one of those ways, and speak directly with that provider.
Okay, let me flip the page for a moment.
Okay.
And now let's talk about the potential benefits to the home care provider. I'm a home care provider. I am looking for clients in my area. How would becoming registered with besthomehealthcare.com benefit them?
Well, it puts them into a directory of sorts where people are looking for care. They really would be able to accept or turn down a specific job that they want. They determine how far they're willing to travel, what hours they're willing to work. So they're really in control of the client that they're going to serve.
That's great. Well, it sounds like a fantastic concept, one that's very timely as we begin to see a lot of the baby boomers and the parents of baby boomers in need of this service.
Exactly, and part of the reason that we got into this is that I'm one of those baby boomers, and we're dealing with those issues on a family level right now.
As well.
So, it just seemed like the right time to be able to connect everything together.
Well, Joan, thank you so much.
Thank you
I
very
appreciate
much.
it. And thank you for tuning in. This has been Ron Parker and Joan Nelson, president of besthomehealthcare.com.